Hey, Jay here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for SP500. I'll cover wave analysis with the Elliott Wave Theory and provide multiple scenarios price may take and explain why I prefer one counter over another. Let's take a look at the different possibilities. Starting here on a bit higher time frame on this 1 hour time frame and taking a look at this whole structure starting from around 17th or 16th of June. Now I just made a video about SP500 and the other indices this weekend for some kind of confluence on the higher time frame count. So if you haven't watched that, or if you have watched that, I'm not going to be expecting this video to be providing too much info again, as the markets have been opened for so little time since the Friday's crash basically. So if you watch that, don't expect too much of this. Now the higher time frame structures we had as a possibility was this as 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, or this was an A, B and C. This were the two different structures that I was expecting. Now we have taken out the lows here of this previous structure, so it is more likely to me that this indeed was a complete ABC upside, and then we would be looking at this as either a connector wave to do something like this, or we would be creating a bit larger of a connector here to connect this structure here to something higher. But we'll see how it turns out. Definitely we would be looking for long setups soon. Now on this current structure that we have been coming down with since around the 16th of August, we've had this as labeled as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into wave A. Then 3-way pull back up to wave B to the 0.5 retracement, getting a pretty okay looking structure here on lower time frames where we would have this as a WXY again to the minimum 0.618 and this one as to the 0.854. So there were quite a few fibs here lining up around this area. Then on this last structure of wave C of micro or the pink counts, I would be looking this as a wave 1 here, 2, and then this whole structure would be 3, 4. Now we did start to have these divergences here, so I'm expecting some kind of lower wave structure here to happen. I'm not going to be labeling that, as it is, again, we're on 1 minute time frame, so it is going to be very messy here on the charts on any higher time frame structures. So even this wave 1 here is not visible on 15 minute. Here we could be looking at this as, again, the first structure here as for the third wave, or the divergence for the third wave here, and then we would be looking for 3-way move here for the wave 4, and then looking for this possible wave 5. Now I'm not quite sure if this wave 4 is already over as of yet. However, we did not retrace too much yet, so it is very much a possibility that this is just the first leg here of that wave 4. We would be doing something like this and then another leg up, probably trying to get back to the 23.6 area. Now we had a gap here as well, but we did not manage to get it closed completely. There is still a very slight price that we had not reverted back from that seeming gap, and then we could be looking into this order block here. I feel like this is going to be a lower degree wave 4 here, although it is very small. So yeah, that is probably the target for me for the wave 4 if we are still going to be reverting higher. This definitely don't seem to be too impulsive to the downside at the moment. All I could be seeing here is some kind of a diagonal here as a 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. That looks pretty good, and then this could be some kind of 3-way structure into wave 2 here. So we would have this as 1, 2, and then looking for downwards movement for this last fifth. Now with the current prices, we could be expecting, or we don't need to be expecting, any kind of extension here on the fifth. So let's take a look at the measured targets if we have already pivoted from the wave 4. And targets would be something like this. And 1-to-1 would be around the $3,983. Let's see if we have some kind of confluence around that area as well. Not too much on the ABC structure here. We do have some here around the 0.5 retracement of this whole move. However, I'm not quite sure again if this is large enough for this to be taken into account at all. We are around this area where I would be looking for pivot points here for another upside. That would be ranging from that said 3,983 all the way down to 3,929. So that is definitely an interesting area for me. Let's take a look at as well the non-Elliott Wave stuff here. What do we have? There is a naked point of control right below this 1-to-1 extension with some kind of order block here. I think it's probably a 1 hour order block. There is more support down here at 39.29. We have a daily and a naked point of control. If this is going to be extending that far, we'll see how it turns out. But what we would be looking for here is some kind of divergence to happen here on, let's say, 15 minutes. This was very swift, so 15 minutes should be giving us some kind of clue for the next dump. Taking out these lows here and giving us divergence here would be the main scenario. I'm looking for 5-way possible move here, and then I would be looking for higher prices again to be a buyer. But I feel like that is pretty much everything I have at this very moment for this setup today for SP500. If you made it this far into the video, I would appreciate the likes. Links to my free Discord server in the description below, and for now I thank you for watching and hope you have an amazing rest of your day. See you in the next video. Bye bye.